All right, everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Let's Talk Sports with Ron. We're just gonna get right into it because right now on Thursday night, the Dolphins just can't get their act together. Where they got thumped by the Ravens, 28-6. And just like I said, you cannot win ball games by turning the ball over. Yes, Miami Dolphins turned the ball over 4 times, 3 fumbles, 1 interception. And of course, what did Ravens did? They turned those turnovers into points. Yes, as they went ahead, they stomped the Dolphins, 28-6. Now on Tua part, he did his thing. He did his best. It wasn't his best, but he did okay. He had completed 25 of 40 for 261 yards and 1 touchdown. And like I always say, when you carry the ball 20 times for 87 yards, it's over. The running game never got off on this defense. This defense is very nasty on the run. They don't give up that many yards on the running game, period. Passing game, maybe because blown coverages on the Ravens defense. But Dolphins just could never get it together. Tua had six, no, not Tua. Water had 6 for 82 yards. Greg Ducci had 5 for 49 yards. Malik Washington 3 for 48 yards, and every pass went to Malik Washington. 1 fumble, 2 fumble, 3 fumble. 3 fumbles on Malik Washington. Yes, he's a little tiny little slot receiver, but we go against some big aggressive cornerbacks and safeties and linebackers. Them boys say, you know what? You will turn this ball over and you will give us some points. And that's exactly what they did. Dolphins had no match in this game from beginning to end. Only thing they mustered was 2 field goals, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. That's 6 points. That's it. Everything was all Ravens. Turnover, touchdown, turnover, touchdown, turnover, touchdown, turnover, touchdown. And then the fourth quarter, them boys say, no, we got y'all pretty much spanked anyway, because what y'all gonna do? Y'all can't throw the ball on us. If you throw the ball on us, you get about good 6 yards, fumble. Or if you put pressure on Tua, interception. So they couldn't really do anything. The running game was shut down. So it's just back to deja vu. They had that one good win and they had that one good loss. So that's how it is. And I'm like, wow, y'all win against the Falcons. Y'all brought a defense that was lost at the beginning of the season. Y'all finally woke up and then y'all went cold Thursday night. You cannot win games turning the ball over like that, and it's very embarrassing. Stats: Ravens was pretty much in control with 338 yards to Miami Dolphins 332 yards. Dolphins 3 turnovers. Pitiful, pitiful, pitiful. You cannot win games with turnovers. First down was pretty much a neck and neck. Ravens had 18, Dolphins had 17. Penalties, and Miami had 5 for 45 yards. Ravens had 5 for 56 yards. Third down conversions, 5 for 13 on the Ravens, 2 for 12 on the Dolphins. Y'all went 12 attempts on third downs, and y'all only come up with 2 completions. Embarrassing. On first down, Ravens had only 1 for 1. They went on fourth downs, 1 for 1. Dolphins went 2 for 3. Red zones, Ravens was in there 3 of 3. They was in there 3 times and they put it in there 3 times. Yes, them boys was 3 of 3. Dolphins in the red zone 3 and couldn't complete not one of them. Couldn't complete. Only thing that was in the red zone is score the field goal. That's embarrassing. When you score a field goal and then you score another field goal in the second quarter and then you put up nothing in the third and fourth, pretty much game over. Time of possession with all Ravens way with 31 minutes and 43 seconds. And Miami Dolphins 28 minutes and 17 seconds. And after that loss, Chris Grier said, you know what? Let me go ahead on and let me go ahead and pack my bags. Yes, Chris Grier decided to depart from the Dolphins after that ridiculous loss. And it's basically his fault because he drafted a bunch of nuts that are getting paid and doing nothing, especially on defense. Brooks getting all this money doing nothing. Another player getting all this money doing nothing. We got a lot of players doing nothing. And whoever come in and take over the scouting spot, go for D3 and D4 schools. Them boys are balling. Offensive linemen, defensive linemen, safeties, corners, wide receivers, running backs. But we never go. We stick into our own backyard and we get stupid talent. Very stupid talent. And it is what it is. Can the Dolphins get their act together playing Buffalo in our backyard? I don't think so. Because Buffalo beat us in their backyard, and now they're going to come in our backyard. Can the Dolphins get together? No. Pretty much simple. We're going to take another loss, and that's it. So we're going to be like, 2-15? And then we'll be sitting out like number 3, number 4 in the draft because we need it, because we need to get an offensive lineman. Tua is being put on his back constantly. He's running in fear. Tyreek Hill don't want to play with the Dolphins no more. You say, I can't trust Tua throwing the ball. He suck at quarterback. It's not his fault, Tyreek Hill. It's the offensive line fault. It's that raggediness that Chris Grier drafted. And it shows. It shows. And just like I said, moving on, when you play mistake football, it shows. As Miami got their asses whipped 26-20 in overtime. Yes, 26-20 in overtime. SMU drove the ball down and scored. Damn shame. Damn shame. Carson Beck, 26-38 with 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Really? And it was all defense, because defense was just making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. They were just keeping drive alive for the Mustangs. We went in their backyard and we lost, dropping us to 6-2, and that pushes us out of the contention of a championship title. We cannot compete for that no more. We could go for a bowl game, but that's about basically it. That's it. And when you look at Kevin Jennings, 29 for 44 for 365 yards and a touchdown, that young man was slinging that ball. The running game, 25 carries for 23 yards. The defense pretty much shut him down. The running game was not there, but it was all in the air. But the mistakes on defense, which just kept the drive alive. 3rd and 8, roughing the passer. First down. 15 yards, first down. 3rd and 5, holding cornerbacks. First down. First down. First down. When you play sloppy football, it shows. And it shows Saturday, as these clowns lost to SMU for no damn reason. Stats. basically had total control except for the penalties. When you put up 12 penalties for 96 yards, that's just 4 yards away from 100. You know your defense playing sloppy ass football. That's it. And there's no excuse about that. And the coach was just furious. He was blowing his cap, yelling at his voice, telling his defensive players, think, what the hell's wrong with y'all giving them these easy yards? Mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. 2 turnovers on the Canes, 1 turnover on SMU. Just like I said, penalties. Penalties. Killed them. And with y'all making, when the defense making that much mistake, giving them the football game. That is it. And that's all she wrote. As defense need to get that shit together. Because y'all play Syracuse next. Yes, y'all play Syracuse on November 8th at the Hard Rock. Game will be on WQAM and ESPN. So y'all do y'all thing. Get your barbecue ready. Sling, slack. And watch them boys spank Syracuse. Or would it be the Orangemen spanking the Canes, giving them their 3rd loss of the season? Drop them completely out of bowl contendership. That's it. The more losses you take, it's over. November 15th, we play North Carolina State. November 20th, we play Virginia Tech. And November 29th, we play Pittsburgh. Those are the last 4 remaining games. 4 remaining games. Can the Canes bounce back? Sorry about that. The viewers, can the Canes bounce back? And trying to go ahead and compete for a bowl contendership spot. But they can't not compete for the championship title. That's over with. Y'all out the brackets now. Y'all probably ranked number 12 and number 15. Y'all out the bracket after losing against SMU, the Mustangs in Dallas, Texas. Damn shame. Damn shame. And just like I said, can they bounce back? November 8th, kickoff is at 3:30. ESPN. If you want to watch a game, if y'all boys tell game at the hall, y'all do your thing, y'all do a rally, y'all do it live. But the whole thing is, can the Canes bounce back after that humiliating loss? And it's basically the defense fault. The defense just lost their cool. Didn't have it together. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do diddly squat. Finito. End of it. And of course, the best for last. Yes. What can I say? As the WWE main event was Saturday, November 1st, and it was a damn good one. As CM Punk captured the vacant World Heavyweight Championship by defeating Jey Uso. Big Uso got spanked by CM Punk. I don't believe that. What? Uso, party time, got spanked by Punk. Wow. But my hearts and glory go off to our Florida native, Miss Jade Cargill, Miss Dynamic, Miss Powerhouse, Miss Unstoppable, Miss Finesse. Yes, Cargill, you did your thing, baby girl, and congratulations on that. Yes, as you defeated Tiffany time, because she said Friday, October 31st, she said Tiffany, Tappy time is over with. And I mean, it was over with, all right. I mean, she power bombed Tiffany like it was nothing. Now, you know her strategy, Jade Cargill's strategy, is that she kept it in the middle of the ring. She kept it in the middle of the ring, and she was just demolishing her. Because last time when she wrestled Mania 41, she gave Tiffany the edge of having the control of the ring by letting her move around to close. Because you all know Jay had her. Jay had that match and she had the belt, but Jay kept getting screwed out of it constantly. Triple matches, this, disqualifying match, boom. And she had that gash split open, but she said, I don't care. I'm too tough. This little blood ain't bothering me at all. She had it banded up and she walked out there with that belt and her name on the side. Jade, championship duo powerhouse. And of course, Jay gonna defend that belt because everybody coming after you for that. Nia, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, you name it, they coming. Roxanne Perez, Raquel, they all coming for it. Bailey, Lyra, they coming for that belt now, Jay. So be prepared to defend it because I got faith into you. Yes, you're a Florida native. I got faith in you. And what can we say? You got this, and congratulations for becoming the World Heavyweight Women's Champion, WWE Women's Champion. Congratulations on that. Elsewhere, Cody Rhodes retained his title by defeating Drew McIntyre, and of course, Dominik Mysterio retained his title in a triple threat match against Rusev and Penita. So there you go. The batches was there. The battle was thumping, and there's nothing you can do about it. So thank y'all for watching and listening to me as we talk sports. Those three main events: WWE on point. Canes need to get their shit together, and Dolphins, y'all just need to go ahead and start drafting better. And just like I said, D4 and D3 schools. They are unbelievable. And I might be going over that in my next segment, talking about the top good players in the D3 and D4s that the Dolphins should be looking at because they ain't getting diddly squat in the draft. Unless you get in a free agent. If you get in a free agent, they're done. They get old. So what can they say? What can the Dolphins do? Because Gear gone, they said either he had no choice but to turn in because Ross would say, buddy, you fired. Get the fuck out of here. Exactly. So, like I said, thank y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Tune in. As always, peace.